I'm Jimmy Chiu. I'm the CTO and co-founder of LoopCO2. Glad to be here to share with you how we can make bioplastic closer to everyone. So nowadays we are facing trade-off challenges in our plastic industry. So while we enjoy the high quality of plastics, those incumbent plastics, they are hard to degrade. So they often end up in the garbage pad in the middle of the ocean. On the side of the trade-off, the bioplastic, they are good for sustainability. However, they are complained to have poor quality, easy to break, and limited to use. So does this really need to be a trade-off in between the sustainability and also high-quality materials? Our answer is no, and here's our solution. So we have a patented technology to turn from carbon dioxide into a chemical additive, where we can blend it into bioplastic to reduce their brittleness, to adjust their softness, soft just like an adhesive. So we can then make the bioplastic to more applicable and high performance into our daily use, so that we can return to the clean beach. And here is how we do it. So LoopCO2 will serve as a raw material supplier. We sell our additive to the chemical manufacturer like NatureWorks, who make the bioplastic. Then we sell the semi-finished product to the converter or OEM. And then it's bring into the final product you can buy from Amazon or Starbucks stores. So we actually talked to a group of Ph.D. chemists at Amazon. They told us that they are helping their suppliers to find better sustainable alternatives like bioplastics. So they will be the major driving force for the whole value chain. So for our go-to markets, we will then first go to the chemical manufacturer to sell our additives to them, and then go down to the value chain. While we grow bigger, we can develop more commodity use applications. Then we can sell directly to those converters directly as our second revenue stream. Here's our vision market. Our material is definitely the plastic performance additive. This market currently has about 5 billion in total across the whole plastic industry. So we want to focus on the polyester, and more specifically, it's a group of bioplastic called PLA, which has a market about $300 million with more than 15% annual growth. So you can imagine, we can add our additive with different percentage to all those bioplastic and make a bunch of different material and create a total packaging just by bioplastic plus our additives. And here's the competitive analysis. Compare our stuff with the same type of additive in the bioplastic additive. So I break down into 3 different categories: the cost, sustainability, and performance. The cost is always the key factor that can determine the final adoption rate in the market. And based on different applications, then people will look at different categories across the sustainability and performance, right? Like whether they can be made into adhesive or maybe make a little bit stretchable material for bioplastics. And this is our revenue projection. From now, we are still at the development stage. We look to have our commercial uptake in 2027. And after that, so that will start from our internal partnership that we are currently building up. So we have a few of the customers that are buying the samples from us. And from there, we will develop the product with iteration and penetrate to the market. And more importantly, we want to broaden our application to different kind of final products in the market. So we expect to have 2 customers every year, and since 2027. Here's the team behind the scene. So our CEO, Aaron Wang, he is a very successful entrepreneur and also a very strong experience in the corporate operation. And myself, Ed Metal, I came from R&D, and I led a 10-person R&D team with a 30 million annual new product sales. And we have a bunch of advisors, and also including our CSO, also a co-founder with very strong fundamental research experience. They also brought in a very strong network in the chemical industry. Lastly, is our ads. So we currently got $2 million in the award and grant, which gave us to where we are today. So we are building our pilot lab at Marlboro. And then we asked for $2 million seed funding that can strengthen our R&D and manufacturing, and more importantly, it's a partnership. So where we want expect to deliver the pre-commercial scale and also our cost down process, and also more important is early offtake agreement. And that's it. Thank you very much. All right, judges.
Jimmy, great presentation.
Thank you.
Could you describe a little bit more about the uses of the funds, in particular the manufacturing environment, and where you hope to make these or build your product, and what does that look like?
Yeah, that's a good question. So currently we have a very lean team. So the use of fund, once we get the seed funding, we expect to expand our R&D team to 4 people, and also including 1 admin. So that will lead us to about $600,000 annual expense just on the personnel, the salary, and the benefit. And also because our process is a chemical process, we already engage with some toll manufacturer. So they got preliminary evaluations that we probably can just use the infrastructure, but probably we'll need some like upgrade, which is probably like the $1 million range. So that will be the 2 primary use fund, and including some like operation and also rental.
You mentioned the recycling. Does the material biodegrade naturally, or does it need to be recycled?
That's a good question. So actually, I'm surprised you brought up recycling thing, because recycling is actually the broader picture that we want to build. But we actually found out during our customer discovery, we talked to more than 80 people, 80 companies. They told us recycling actually is a bigger problem, not a bigger challenge that we can solve. Because it's beyond chemistry, it's all about infrastructure. How do we pick out those recycling stuff from consumers? So that's the reason, our material is very highly chemical recyclable, but we don't want to tackle this as our niche market. We want to start with the biodegradable material, which is more we call compostable. Yeah. Next.
So when I look at the chart for growth and customer acquisition, obviously you're targeting 4-6 customers in 4 or 5 years, right? Large volume. When you talk about that level of scale, obviously anything related to cost and efficiencies is going to be critical. So how are you considering right now the cost associated with your additive as a differentiator when it comes down to cost, right? Especially looking at that volume, as compared to the available options that all of these companies have, meaning buying just plastic raw material off the shelf that doesn't biodegrade.
Yeah, so you're asking about pretty much the cost competitiveness. So the last slide of the ask, we talked about lower the cost down to $5 per kilo. So first of all, the current incumbent plastic is about $1 per kilo. That's very cheap. So for us, our material serves as an additive. We don't expect ourselves to compete against the $1 per kilo range. That's very commodity use. So first of all, we will compete against with those specialty use material that with about $6 to $8 per kilo range. So $5 per kilo range is already become more cost competitive than those commercially available additives in the market. But not yet to the very commodity incumbent plastics. So there's definitely a journey from $5 to $1.
Double click on that. What are examples of specialty use cases that you believe will be your beachhead for your applications?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, like the picture I show, this one. So the cosmetic packaging. Because cosmetic packaging usually those companies are selling an image to the customer, right? They want to be benign for our environment. So this kind of cosmetic industry, they can have higher cost tolerance, then I can initially accept our higher cost in terms of the cost. So that's our target patient market in terms of the final application. But overall market still in the additive market.
Is there a way to size what portion of the market accounts for packaging to be biodegradable or recyclable or so on versus people that just offer the cheapest plastic? Is there a way to parse that out, or is that hard to figure out?
Yes, there is some market research. They do split those compostable, biodegradable, all those kind of different applications, and also by just the application. For example, Yeah, this is a good question. So this one, how we size is based on the plastic categories. So bioplastic overall. Yeah. So here in this $300 million, people already care about the sustainability.
Okay, we have time for, is there a final question? Are we good? Once, twice? We're good? Thank you!
Thank you, everyone.
Our final presenter, folks, going last. You know, I had to watch all these teams. There's cures for cancer out here. Like, it's intimidating. So help me give a supercharge to our final presenter, John from Go to Magic!